Hello everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of working on our lemon cypress trees. You'll remember in the last video that we worked on this one, the larger one. You'll notice that the branches near the bottom here, they are still quite congested. We'll work on those over the next couple of years after we see how they're going to grow out. We can make a better selection as to which ones we want to look at keeping. But for now, we're just going to leave it as is, and we're going to grow things out a little more here. So yeah, that's it for that one. I think our next one that we're going to work on is this one here, which was the smallest of the three. And the bushiest. Okay, well, I think what we'll do is make room on the table here, and we'll get working on this one here. Now I should mention, just before we start working here, that the lemon cypress is also called a gold crest after its cultivar, and it's a variety of the Monterey cypress. And you guys can see really good examples of a Monterey cypress out on the California coast. So if you guys Google that, you guys will find some really great old examples of the Monterey cypress. And that's kind of what I'm going to go for as a style for these trees. They're really, really cool trees, and I encourage you guys to go online and look those up. Some really great examples there. So looking at this, we do have a lot of branch selection, which is really good. Lots of neat stuff to work with. Also, if we come down here, we can see we have some movement in the trunk, which is good. On that position, you can kind of see how it comes up and moves to the left. Let's see if we can see it better from this side over here. Maybe we can. Over here we can see how it comes up and slightly moves to the right and then comes back up. So we do have some natural good movement in the base of our trunk, which is good. Also, if you look at many of the examples of the Monterey cypress, they're multi-trunk. Many of them are. And I wouldn't mind starting at least one of these as a multi-trunk, at least down the road. Also, at the base of this trunk, you can see here we have some main branching coming off of it. Some heavy branches, which are good. So I have some good stuff to work with here, so that's really good. I think what I would like to do is, at least for now, I'm going to have this I'm going to have this as the the front of this tree. I'm going to kind of go with this for now, because what I would like is if I could have that movement in the tree and have at least a second limb or trunk coming out off to the left side here. I won't be taking out all the limbs today that I don't think that I'm going to need. I will be leaving them in there. And as the trees get a little bit more mature, I'll cut them out at that time. Unless there's a problem, I'll cut them out earlier. Just in case I lose one or two, I got a couple to fall back on for now. But I'm kind of looking at growing this one out. This one over here, and having that as my second trunk, I believe. Now as we come up here, I will be cutting a lot of these branches back today also, so we'll only be bringing this back so far. Maybe we might end up coming back to about here with at least this one limb here. We'll be coming back to here, as with all the other ones here, the ones that we won't be removing today. Now as we come up, I'm going to be looking at taking this trunk away back. So that's going to be our next thing here, is to figure out where would be the best spot to bring our trunk back to. Well, after doing some more looking here, and keeping in mind that my goal is to have this as the front of the tree, with the nice movement that I have here. And as I come straight up from this point, I'd like to try and find a branch that's already moving quite well with our existing trunk, and maybe one that's possibly just going out to the right slightly. So I'm looking at this one here. So it's roughly about halfway up our trunk here. So we're going to go with that one there. And it comes just slightly off to the right. And we can work with that into the future. That'll be nice. That will come up more and take over as our new leader. And we'll have just a little bit of movement up near the top of our tree in the future, hopefully. So yeah, we're going to go with that. So what we're going to do is we'll take that back. Okay, and there it is. Basically the top. It's close to 12 inches or so. We're just going to bring these back for now. Wow, that's quite the that's quite the hedge work. A lot of this will be coming off anyway, so I'm just kind of basically coming in here and just pruning it back so we can get in here better to have a better look at things. So these around the top here for sure we can just come away back on. Now we can have better access here. We can come in and finish up our cut that we had made. There we go. So here's our new leader. And now we can work down from that. Okay, I'm basically just going to bring everything back a little more than what it is. Just past basically this year's growth. And then we'll come back and have a better look at what's going on inside there. Then we can make some better selections on what branches we're going to be removing right now. Okay, I'll finish up here with you guys as we close in on a couple of important branches that we're going to be taking back. Okay, now coming back down here, we can see the movement in our trunk. And we're going to keep sight of this. What we're going to do is we're going to come in here and remove all these bottom branches here. And I am going to take this back to here for now. Now if we come in here, we're basically looking at the front of our tree. I think we're going to be removing this. And so far, actually we're going to be removing this one also here, because I want this, the trunk comes up, goes to the right, and then comes up vertically. I'd like to keep this branch right here, if I can, for the future. But I'm also thinking I'm going to grow out this branch too for the time being, and we'll see a couple of years down the road or so. We'll see which one we want to go with. But I really see us going with one of those. I definitely don't think I'm going to be doing anything with this here. But I'm going to leave it there. What we are going to do is come in here and clean things up. We'll take out that larger branch. I'm going to take this one off at the back here. We'll clean things up inside of there. Also, what we're going to do for now is we're going to take this back. We'll take this back to here to an outward facing. branch here that's going out, and we'll just take the end off of that. So we can slowly start to develop these side branches here. And since we're going to keep this one on for now too, in case we lose this one, we're going to go with that plan and kind of start developing this one here also. So we're going to also take this one back to some outward facing growth. Okay, well, I'm going to pull out my finer scissors now. And here we are. I think what we'll do is we'll take this really small branch off in here. We're going to leave these other smaller ones on the back, at least for now. We're just going to take those back. I think we'll take this back here a little further yet to some outward facing growth. So we can start to train these branches to grow more horizontally. We'll come up here and just take these back a little bit. There. Well, I think that's it for now. We're not going to be doing any more. So here we are, we're going to be working at the tree from this point forward, and we're going to go with this as our front, and we'll see as we work forward as to how many trunks we want to grow off of this main one. But for now, we're just going to we're just going to be repotting it, and we'll be taking a look at the roots. And we're going to let it grow for another couple years. Okay, well, I think that's it for today. That's it for tree number 2. And in the next one, what we'll do is we'll just do some pruning back on the tree that we did the first styling on early last fall. And then we'll get into repotting all 3 of them. So yeah, this has definitely been fun, and it's going to be a lot more fun. Definitely a new chapter for these trees. Well, that's it for today, guys. And we'll see you in the next one. Take care now.